and welcome back to another edition of The Culture Shift with Jeroslyn JoVonn, our podcast aimed at inspiring the leaders of tomorrow, brought to you by Black Enterprise. Here we like to review the success stories of today's tastemakers to encourage those who dare to dream big. Today, we're going inside Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade's Proudly and its expansion into babywear. Adding to its baby care product line, designed to meet the needs of diverse families, Proudly is now expanding into apparel with high-quality, thoughtfully crafted pieces made with every child and parent in mind. So join me in learning more from the one and only actress and entrepreneur, Gabrielle Union.
First and foremost, congratulations on expanding Proudly with the baby clothing line. Can you just tell us what inspired this next step?
The people. We have a very loyal, Proudly consumer base, and we ask questions like, "Would you guys like to see us do next, better, more?" And it kept coming up, baby clothes. And we're like, "Let's see." And so we've been working on it for a bit of time, a little longer than most, because anything that touches baby, the most prized, precious, vulnerable people among us, you have to get it right. And the materials have to be soft and safe and hypoallergenic, and we just want to make sure that we got it right at the right vendors and the right partners. And it came together beautifully for all kind of it.
Most definitely. You created Proudly with inclusivity and skin health in mind. How do these values carry over into the new clothing line?
Again, anything that touches your baby's skin, you have to think, 8 steps ahead. And so it's just an extension because the color palette, it works with any skin tone, any hair texture, and the price. Most of the super, super expensive things that Kaavia received, she never, because we were like, "Oh, it's so precious, you never wear it." But the things that we kept and passed on weren't the most expensive. And so we wanted to keep that at the center of things and think about our own families and what we can afford and the things that we treasure, and to try to create like beautiful, stylish pieces that are affordable, that don't make you clutch the pearls when you leave the register.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Everything that we touch needs to be accessible, affordable, and beautiful.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was thinking like, oh, okay, it's a nice high quality. It's going to come with a certain price point. But I've been checking out the pieces and they're very affordable. And as a new mom, I know firsthand, you want those breathable products that doesn't make the baby sweat. They can move around, and then it's of quality. So
And it passed the multiple wash test.
because yes,
Your baby's going to spit it. There's going to be stuff that ends up on it. There's going to be stains, and it needs to survive the washing machine. It needs to survive a washing machine, no matter who does the laundry, whether they separate them or not. They have to survive and maintain their shape and maintain their integrity, and it cannot break the bank. Like that's the foundation.
absolutely. Very, very thoughtful in today's climate. And we know that little Kaavia runs the show. Okay, so how much of your personal experience with your daughter influences the design and functionality of Proudly's products?
Everything kind of looks like her room, like looks like her nursery. Animal prints, the color palette, the patterns, the textures, that's all comes from her nursery. So when we're developing Proudly and the skincare products and the hair products, everyone kind of kept coming back to those original pictures of Kaavia's nursery. It's soothing. We tried to put together a nursery that is soothing, also educational and stuff. And they became her friend. We'd look at the baby monitor and she'd be talking to the wallpaper and her stuffed animals and stuff, and all of that considered it's like comes from her room.
That's so
It's
sweet.
very personal.
Oh, it is, but that's so sweet. And it's a family effort here. So how do you and Dwyane approach parenting as a team, especially when it comes to making decisions around the products that you use for Kaavia or even business ventures like Proudly?
We have to think of what is going to align with our personal morals and values. And then we take it to our village. We're like, what y'all think? And everyone has veto power. If somebody just feels that strongly about a product, a scent, the feel, we go back to the drawing. So like today, the village is kind of spread out because Kav goes to sleep at 6:30. We don't mess around with her bedtime. She has been, once we sleep trained her, we do not mess with her sleep schedule. Dwyane is in Chicago with the Chicago Sky. You know what I mean? It is, we go where we're needed, but we have to figure it out. And it's a family effort to make sure everybody's covered, whether that be Proudly or Flawless or our personal family or our Chicago Sky family, Angel Lease. We make sure everybody's covered.
Period.
Yes.
So you were even just naming some of you have your hands in the lie. This is also an expansion on your partnership with JCPenney.
Yeah.
With multiple projects acting to business, in addition to being a mom, how do you find balance, and what advice do you have to other moms with who might have like a business idea, but just the kind of juggling it all overwhelms now?
I don't juggle. I rely heavily on my parents. My little sister lives with us. I know it's like, in a lot of communities of color, Black communities, brown communities, family living with us is not anything out of the norm. And we all give a little, take a little, and we show each other grace. And the way we changed it up a little bit in our household is we pay my little sister. You know what I mean? There's no free labor around here. So we have nannies, we have coaches, tutors, older siblings, our friend aunties and uncles. Everyone steps up. I don't have balance. I get grace, and so everyone can follow their dreams and do what they want. And then we also pool our resources. Our biggest investors in Proudly, in Flawless, in everything that we touch, friends and family. It's the community. We open it up to different price points so everyone can feel involved and feel ownership. And when you have that ownership in something, you're more likely to cover some night shifts.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So everyone can get get what they want and to follow their dreams. But not everyone has that kind of family. So I strongly encourage friends to join together. And my first incarnation of Flawless, I went alone. And I didn't go as far as I could. And so I'm taking back the name. I'm taking back ownership. I want to go in business with my best friend, Sims, because we can go a lot further together. And you don't have to go alone. If you have a great idea, maybe there's other friends, family members who would want to go into business with you, or even your community on social media that you could tap into. But balance is, I don't even know who that. I don't know her. I don't know her. I just know we figure it out.
We figure it out, and we get some sleep when we can.
When you can.
Is there anything that you've learned from your daughter that surprised you and perhaps even shaped how you approach your business?
That no matter how much I want her to be a literal mini-me, that she is her own person with her own needs and wants and dreams. And it's okay to nurture those. It doesn't take anything away from you. It doesn't make you any less than to allow your child to speak up for themselves and to articulate what they'd like to see. That was not exactly how our parents came up or their parents came up. Children were seen and not heard. But Miss James has been heard from day one. And with guidance and boundaries, we allow her to follow her dreams. She's got a big show coming up on Thursday. She's doing musical theater. It's her second big production, and she's singing and dancing and acting. And
oh my goodness,
I thought she was gonna be the next little Angel Reese because that's who she's obsessed with. But she's like, Angel Reese does commercials. I was like, yep.
She's like, that's the other side of Angel Reese.
She wants to do it all, and I'm like, we're gonna figure it out.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I look forward to that next stage of motherhood, especially with a daughter. For my last question, looking ahead, what's your vision for Proudly, and how do you hope it continues to evolve as Kaavia grows up?
I think along with this partnership with JCPenney, because I grew up getting everything out of the JCPenney catalog, from bedding to my sports sweats to school uniforms. They sell uniforms, clothing, back to school clothing, stuff like that. I got it all in one place in the JCPenney catalog. So being that we're there with Flawless and we're in JCPenney Salon with the Sims Method and JCPenney Salon, I would love to see bedding. I would love to see more, in the baby space. And then, I don't know, maybe more for adults. I think we were talking about the little animal ear headpiece towel combo. I want that for myself.
Period, right. So, and then one that you can match with your child. That is so cute, right?
More mommy and me.
Okay, I see it. So basically, Proudly is going to grow up with all of us.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
For Marley and me.
Oh, my daughter's.
You did, but immediately I thought of the book and the movie.
Oh yes, thank you. I love that plug-in, that tie-in.